In the realm of existence, where time flows like a river towards the vast ocean of eternity, there lies a day of immense significance in Islam, the day of resurrection, or Yawm al-Qiyamah. This day is not just a distant event in the future, but a profound reality that shapes the very essence of a Muslim's faith and actions. It is a day that has been foretold in the Qur'an and Hadith, a day that every soul will inevitably face. This day marks the culmination of this worldly life and the beginning of a timeless existence in the hereafter. It is a transition from the temporal to the eternal, from the finite to the infinite. The day of resurrection is a pivotal moment when the deeds of every individual will be weighed and judged. The belief in the day of resurrection is not merely an article of faith but a fundamental pillar of Islam. It is a belief that instills a sense of accountability and responsibility in the hearts of believers. Knowing that every action, no matter how small, will be accounted for, encourages Muslims to lead a life of righteousness and piety. It is a day when every soul shall stand before the Almighty, accountable for their deeds and actions committed in their earthly sojourn. The Quran describes this day in vivid detail, painting a picture of the awe-inspiring events that will unfold. The mountains will crumble, the seas will boil, and the heavens will be rolled up like a scroll. The Quran, the divine revelation, unequivocally affirms the certainty of this day, leaving no room for doubt or ambiguity. It serves as a constant reminder of the transient nature of this world and the permanence of the hereafter. The verses of the Quran echo the importance of preparing for this inevitable day. Allah the Most High says, "The day of resurrection is indeed a day of appointment, a day when the trumpet will be blown and you will come forth in multitudes." Quran 78:17-18. This verse encapsulates the essence of the day of resurrection, a day when all of humanity will be gathered for judgment. This divine decree serves as a potent reminder to every believer, urging them to live their lives with purpose and righteousness, for they know that a day of reckoning awaits them. It is a call to action, a call to live a life that is pleasing to Allah, to seek His mercy and forgiveness, and to strive for a place in the eternal paradise. Just as the break of dawn heralds the arrival of a new day, bringing light and clarity to the world, so too will the day of resurrection be preceded by signs and portents, each more significant and unmistakable than the last, signaling its imminent approach. These signs, as described in the Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, serve as reminders of the transient nature of this world and the impending reality of the hereafter. Among the major signs are the appearance of the Dajjal, the false Messiah, who will deceive many with his false miracles and claims of divinity, the descent of Prophet Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him, who will return to restore justice and defeat the Dajjal, the emergence of Gog and Magog, two powerful and destructive forces that will cause great chaos and turmoil, and the rising of the sun from the west, an event that will defy the natural order and serve as a clear sign of the end times. Furthermore, the Prophet, peace be upon him, spoke of moral and societal decay as signs of the end times, such as widespread immorality, where ethical boundaries are blurred and vice becomes commonplace, the pursuit of worldly pleasures over spiritual pursuits, where materialism and hedonism overshadow the quest for spiritual growth and enlightenment, and the breaking of family ties, where the bonds of kinship and community are weakened, leading to isolation and disunity. These signs serve as a wake-up call for humanity, urging them to turn back to their Creator and mend their ways before it's too late. They remind us of the importance of faith, righteousness, and the need to prepare for the life hereafter. The day of resurrection will be heralded by a cataclysmic event, the blowing of the trumpet, or Sur, by the angel designated for this momentous task. This trumpet blast will shatter the very fabric of the universe, signaling the end of time as we know it. The Quran vividly describes this event, and the trumpet will be blown, and whoever is in the heavens and whoever is on the earth will fall dead, except whom Allah wills. Quran 39:68. This first trumpet blast will result in the annihilation of all creation, plunging the universe into a state of utter silence and stillness. Following this cosmic upheaval, Allah will, in His infinite mercy, resurrect all of creation for judgment. After the annihilation of the universe, when everything as we know it ceases to exist, and a period known only to Allah, the Creator of all things, will pass in silence and stillness, the trumpet will be blown a second time, a sound so powerful and divine, and with it, the the resurrection will commence, the earth will tremble, and the graves will open. Allah the Most High says in the Holy Qur'an, and the trumpet will be blown, a call that will awaken the dead, then from their graves they will emerge quickly to their Lord. Quran 36:51. They will rise in haste, driven by an unseen force. Every single soul that has ever lived, from the dawn of humanity to the end of time, from the first human being to the last, will be brought back to life, their bodies reformed and their souls restored, their souls reunited with their transformed bodies. This will be a moment of awe and wonder. This resurrection will not be a mere physical revival, but a complete restoration of both body and soul, a divine act of recreation, but a complete restoration of both body and soul. The Quran emphasizes the comprehensiveness of this resurrection. On the day when every soul will find what it has done of good present before it. On the day when every soul will find what it has done of good present before it, and what it has done of evil, it will wish that between it and that evil was a great distance. The weight of one's deeds will be felt deeply. It will wish that between it and that evil was a great distance. And Allah warns you of Himself, reminding us of His ultimate authority and justice, and Allah is kind to His servants. Quran 3:30. His mercy and kindness will also be evident on that day. Section 5. Gathering and Presentation. Following the resurrection, all of humanity will be gathered in a vast assembly, standing equal before their Creator. This immense gathering will transcend all earthly distinctions of race, wealth, status, or lineage. The Quran describes this gathering and mentions the day when we will gather them all together. Then we will say to those who associated others with Allah, "Where are your partners that you used to claim with Him?" Quran 6:22. On that day, every soul will stand alone, without any intercessor except by Allah's permission, and no one will carry the burden of another. The prophets and messengers, despite their lofty stations, will be concerned for their own souls and will not intercede for anyone except by Allah's leave. Section 6. The Scales of Justice. On the Day of Judgment, Allah, the Most Just, will establish a perfect and infallible system of justice. Every deed, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, will be weighed on the scales of justice or mizan. The Quran highlights the precision of this divine measure. And we place the scales of justice for the day of resurrection, so no soul will be wronged at all. And if there is even the weight of a mustard seed, we will bring it forth, and sufficient are we as accountants. Quran chapter 21 verse 47. Good deeds will be heavy on the scales, while evil deeds will be light. Those whose good deeds outweigh their bad deeds will be deserving of Allah's mercy and will be admitted into paradise. Section 7. The Bridge of Siraat. After the reckoning and judgment, every soul will then traverse a path known as the Bridge of Siraat. This bridge will be stretched over the Hellfire, leading to paradise. The Prophet, peace be upon him, described the Siraat as finer than a hair and sharper than a sword. The ease or difficulty with which one crosses this bridge will be determined by their deeds in this life. Those with good deeds will cross swiftly and easily like a blink of an eye, while those burdened by sins will struggle and stumble. Some may even fall into the Hellfire below. The crossing of the Siraat serves as a final test, and a stark reminder of the consequences of one's actions in this life. Section 8. Eternal Rewards, Paradise. For those who believed in Allah, followed His guidance and lived righteous lives, paradise awaits. Paradise, as described in the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet, peace be upon him, is a realm of unimaginable beauty, bliss, and eternal reward. Allah, the Most Generous, has prepared for them gardens beneath which rivers flow, where they will abide forever. They will have all that their hearts desire, delicious food and drink, beautiful companions, and dwellings of unimaginable splendor. In paradise, there will be no pain, suffering, sadness, or death. The inhabitants will be free from all worries and anxieties, living in a state of perpetual peace and contentment. Section 9. Eternal Consequences, Hellfire. As there is a paradise for the righteous, there is also a hellfire for those who disbelieved in Allah, rejected His guidance, and persisted in sin and transgression. Hellfire is a place of unimaginable torment and suffering, prepared for those who denied their Creator and lived in defiance of His commands. The Quran describes hellfire in vivid detail, with its scorching fire, boiling water, and layers of torment. The disbelievers and the wicked will eternally suffer the consequences of their actions, experiencing unimaginable pain and remorse. The descriptions of hellfire serve as a stern warning, reminding us of the grave consequences of straying from the path of righteousness and the importance of seeking Allah's forgiveness and mercy.